morning and welcome back. Went to the Adventure Van Expo this past weekend. That was a lot of fun. A lot of vendors, and I got a lot of good ideas. Like I think I am going to consider doing a lift on the van. And also saw some storage boxes that looked really interesting because I want to add another one. Sorry, my water pump went out yesterday, so I wasn't able to wash my hair this morning. That's why it looks kind of weird. But so I'm having to depend on boiled or bottled water and my hot pot to get water to wash my hands and face and all that. The Adventure Van Expo was really interesting. There was Nuvo was there, and they had the Plus, which was nice to see that one again. And then Neal and Britt ended up having theirs on display because the truck that was going to be bringing the light, I guess, broke down. So they actually had a really good turnout for the Nuvo. I think I don't know the exact number, but I think they got several orders, which is really good. Like actual people putting down deposits. So that's really good to see. We were in Evergreen for the expo, and it was actually a little warm. It wasn't too bad. I mean, it wasn't unbearable. But we decided to come up to Leadville. There's dispersed camping up here, and it's at about 10,000 feet, so much cooler. In fact, it got down to, I want to say 38 or 39 degrees last night. But I still didn't have to run the heat, which was good. It stayed very comfortable in here. So I'm up here with Neal and Britt, and then Chris and Sandy from Beyond Intention. They were also here in Colorado, so they came and met up with us. And so we're all kind of in a little circle here. Just kind of getting a late start to the morning. I think we're all kind of tired. But I'm about to make my coffee and, grind my contrast coffee beans from Michigan. And get started with the day, and I'll do a little video outside so you can see. It's just beautiful up here.
Noises like that and stuff, terrifying, man.
So last night we actually had dinner at a restaurant here in Leadville called Quincy's Steaks. I have to look it up. Quincy Steaks and something. I don't know. I don't think it was Steaks and Tavern, maybe? Steaks and Bar? I don't know. Anyway, it was really good. But, I slept good last night. Like I said, it stayed pretty comfortable in here. Sorry, it's a little messy in here, but that's van life. I've actually been on the road now for 2 months. This trip's been 2 months. Let's see. Florida was 2 months. Then I came home for, I think, about 4 or 5 weeks. Then went back out for Bisbee. And then, Bisbee and Monument Valley and all of that. And that was about, I think, a little over a month. And then I think I was home for 4 weeks. And then now I'm on this trip. I actually see Benny out there on the leash. I'll have to go take some video of him. He's so cute. He looks like Misty's brother. It's because they're both gray cats. Although Misty's a little chunkier, but he's adorable. He's really sweet. But he does really well on the leash. I think he does probably better on the leash than Misty does. I mean, Misty's okay on the leash. She doesn't seem to mind it. But cats on a leash anyway. You just kind of go where they go. It's not like a dog where you can kind of guide them along. But anyway, yeah, it's like I said, it's really, really pretty here. You can see the mountains. I guess it's the Rocky Mountain. Well, yeah, it is. It's the Rocky Mountains. So you can see the Rocky Mountains, kind of all the way around. So I'll do some video of that. Let's get my coffee going. I haven't decided if I want to do breakfast or not. I have a lot of eggs I need to cook, so. But I'll at least start with the coffee, get my brain going. Cheers. I think I'm gonna go outside. Oh, yeah.
Pretty famous lake, but it stays 68 and 72 year.
Well, good morning. We just spent the night here at another dispersed camping site, kind of near Poncha Springs, Colorado. We left Chris and Sandy yesterday. I think they said they were going to stay another night at the area we were at last night, or I'm sorry, at the night before. Because we're all heading back towards New Mexico. Brittany has to go back to work, and I'm trying to work my way back to Texas, trying to stay at a higher elevation as long as I can. For the cooler weather, but so yesterday we had to take care of laundry, and I had to find a RV dealer that had a water pump, and Neal was nice enough to install it for me, so that's awesome. So now I have running water again. So I got to take a nice hot shower this morning, wash my hair, just feel clean, wash some dishes, because I'd kind of been just heating up boiling bottled water to, I'd pour it in the sink to kind of wash up or wash dishes or whatever, and that gets old real quick. And we did laundry yesterday, stopped at Walmart, stopped by a ghost town. Actually, St. Elmo was the name of the ghost town. And that was like at almost 10,000 feet, which was really cool. It was just, you kind of go back this long, windy road. Just really neat. I just can't imagine people lived up there at one point. And I guess there's a few people that still live up there. I don't know if people live up there year round though, but because there's not going to be plowed roads. I mean, you would have to have a snowmobile to get around, but really cool. And then we found this site, really nice site. It's like, I think we're about at 9,000 feet, but like a 360 view of the Rockies. So we're like right in the middle of it. Just amazing. The spot we're in, we don't really have any trees, but that's okay. We don't have there's no cell signal up here, so we've got our Starlinks out. And so you don't want your Starlinks out in the trees, but absolutely beautiful. Last night I was taking photos of, because there's no light pollution, so I was taking photos of the Milky Way and just the sky, the stars. So I'll post some of those photos in here too, but just absolutely beautiful. And of course, nice and comfortable. You don't need to run the AC. I've got my ceiling fan on, but of course the only downside would be if we were to stay here all day, it probably would get hot just because again, tin can. So so we're gonna head out today. I think we're gonna go explore, I don't know, is it Salida? I don't know how they pronounce it. They pronounce it different. Looks like Salida, but we're gonna go explore a little bit before we start working towards New Mexico. I'm kind of debating coming into Texas, down in far west Texas, because I kind of want to go to Marfa. I've been wanting to go. I haven't been since right before I got the van, and I've been wanting to go with the van, and just haven't gotten there yet. I have to look and see how, because it does get cool at night because it is the high desert. But I have to see how hot it gets during the day because it does get hot, and that would be a challenge. It's a challenge for me and a challenge for Misty because, obviously with pets, you got to be careful with the heat. I'm sensitive to the heat and, got to look out for Misty. So it just depends on how hot it gets during the day because, you can only run the AC so long off battery before your batteries are drained. It's just a power hog. It's just how it is. I think one of the things I'm going to do, of course, at the Adventure Van Expo, I call it van envy. You see stuff, you get ideas, and you're like, oh, I want to do that. But I really want to, I think the first thing I absolutely want to do is find a way to get more solar, because I really did discover when we were in Bisbee, or when I was in Bisbee, I have 200 watts of solar external panels, and with that, and then my 200 on the roof, so that's 400 watts of solar, I actually got a pretty good input. I mean, it's not it's not like it's going to fully charge your battery, but I, did get a charge. And that is, with everything off, because you want to eliminate as much draw as possible. But so that's where I figured out if I could just get minimum 400 watts on the roof. I actually would like to get more. I don't know if it's possible. It just really depends on the solar panel, where it can go. I don't know. So there is a solar company in Texas that I'm gonna see if I can get in touch with and find out if there's maybe some options there, but because that would make a big difference when it comes to boondocking. But I do enjoy boondocking, and I enjoy the dispersed camping. I mean, as long as I don't have to run the AC, it's great. Really, the AC is the only problem. And I love the Truma, so I'm not complaining about the Truma. It's just really the power draw. That's just the one negative. Now, they do make some 12 volts that I kind of wish I would have known about before. I didn't really know about them. That definitely would have been better than the 12 volt I had. The 12 volt I had was just terrible. But Dometic makes one. There's a company called Nomadic Cooling that's supposed to be really good. Another brand, Houghton, I think. I think that's the name. I'm not really sure. But just some other brands that not really sure why those weren't initially an option with the Coachman as far as with their builds. I don't know. I guess that would be a question for them. But and the Truma's awesome, so I'm not knocking the Truma at all. It's just, like I said, it's really power. What are you gonna do? It is what it is, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Hopefully you enjoyed the scenery as much as I did. Definitely want to come back up here. I'm gonna try to figure out a way to put a pin so I remember where it is. But I actually found this spot on iOverlander. So very handy app. I'll put a link to that. Anyway, I will see you in the next one.